James Cash, what's the deal, homeboy? What's the deal? Shout out to the Lakers and the Laker fans. We restored a little bit of order tonight, but what's up though, y'all? How y'all doing, man? My day went by so fast. I don't know what happened. I was putting together a video this morning. I took a vitamin and trying to think what did I eat. I don't even remember what the hell I ate, but I laid down, man, and I was out. I don't know what happened. I just fell out. I woke up like, damn, I was asleep. Like, shit, what happened? That was strange. Jovan Carter, what up? You know, he died. White boy Eric died, man. Homeboy died. He was in great shape. Ate right. Man, had a heart attack, then got out and had cancer, stage 4, man. Rest in peace to Eric, his family, and friends, man, and the Muslim community. Tragic, man, tragic. That, not to compare me to him or anybody else, but that's why I be saying, man, when y'all tell me how to eat, worry about what you eat. When y'all tell me about exercise, worry about how you exercise. Because some of my healthiest friends have passed, and some of my unhealthy friends are still living. Some of the worst friends you could have are still living. And a lot of good brothers are gone. So, when it's your time, it's your time. Of course, you increase your chances of passing early, either through violence or natural causes. But it's gonna happen, man. We all got a date, man. Along as it ain't part. What that mean, homie? Oh, pork. He wasn't eating pork, man. He didn't eat pork. That dude had a healthy diet for decades, man. Mac looking tired out here. Tired of the fakes and the marks who be jacking his content. I ain't even tripping off that content no more. I take pleasure in the fact that I haven't had no content for nobody to steal. All the stuff they stealing is years old, shit. Years old. Genetics have a lot to do with it. I believe that. I believe that. Definitely, I believe that. Of course, because, especially like if it's diabetes or cancer. Absolutely. Lakers in 5. I don't know if we could win in 5, but uh, well, yeah, 5. You're right, 5. It's gonna be tough, man. But we got their number, man. I don't want to get into the sports. We could go over to the sports channel and talk sports. But that's the reason why I'm late tonight. I was watching the basketball game and talking to one of my good homies, and we was talking about the Lakers and a couple other things. But yeah, content is an indictment. Well, it depends. It depends if it's an indictment, you know what I mean? If you're telling on yourself about open cases, of course it's an open case. Now, in the situation that another one of the situations you may be referring to, that dude already had, he had already been arrested. They already had all the info, you know. That I would like to break that down, but I'm not gonna do that at this time. But man, that ain't had nothing to do with Mac videos like that, man. Yo, Eddie Boy is a smart man. Big Fee 6-0. Big Fee 6-0. Big Fee, rest in peace. Why you say Eddie Boy is a smart man? Getting away from the gang shit. Southside, what up, homie? Yeah. At least some dudes will leave the logo up like they not trying to pretend it's their content. Didn't help people talking and talking the way he talked. Oh, the way he talks like a smart man. KM, salute. What up with it, Hassan? What's going on with you, man? Go see the movie Sinners. It's a must see. I think they was telling me that yesterday, man. or the day before, and I didn't even check into it yet. I forgot about it till you just reminded me. Going in a couple of weeks. See, here's the thing. Everybody says it's a good movie. See, here go the thing. What's up, Melvin Clark? You know, I always said I wanted to interview the OGs, right? You remember that? Remember I used to say the OG stuff is 40 years, 30 plus years, 40, 50 years ago. And I also always tell you guys, when I do an interview, I ask the guys, you sure you want that in there? So pay attention to what I'm saying. I'm saying something without saying it. You want me to take that out? You sure you want that? So if it's in there, believe me, it wasn't by mistake. Big, just, just know that anything in there was intentionally put in there by the person who is in front of the camera, man. You know, people draw these conclusions and don't even ask or pay attention to these lines. I promise, I still see content on the internet and people saying, I didn't know that. I'd be like, damn, nigga. That's why these live streams are underrated, man. You learn a lot sometime in here. Maybe not. Maybe you fall asleep. Maybe you get tired. But there are times that these dumb questions people have already been answered right here. So, on your bookshelf, what's your favorite book on my bookshelf? I don't know, man. I mean, it gotta be Monster Cody. Gotta be Monster. Tookie's book is good. I don't have AC's book on my shelf. What up with you? But yeah, those gotta be two of the best books that I got on there. I got Hood Legends on there. It's it's a good book because it hits home. I used to read. No, I don't read. You're right about that. I don't read no more. But I used to read. I grew up reading, man. Like them George Jackson books and Malcolm X books. Mom's had me reading that shit just growing up, just on a, I'm bored, read that type of shit. You know what I mean? I remember, like you gonna trip, but I remember a lot of dudes in our community didn't even know who George Jackson was. Never heard of George Jackson. And to me, it was like a shock. I thought everybody knew about George, but everybody didn't grow up with a bookshelf in their house and a mama that liked to read and would suggest read material to her kids. You feel me? But no, I don't read no more. That shit hurt my eyes and give me headaches. I don't like headaches. I don't like to do headaches. As crazy as it sounds, if Kev Mack sat down and put his mind to it, I know he could come up with some hellified science fiction books. Something just tells me that. And I keep telling you, I ain't writing no more books, man. I'm done with the books unless somebody write it for me. Sit there and record me and ask me questions and write the book for me. Ghost write it for me. Or you know how they do, like it'll be a book on Kev Mack, but written by like Tookie's book, written by Barbara McNeil. I'll do something like that. But hell no, I have no aspirations or dreams of writing a book at this point. It's a shame too because I got a lot of info and a lot of pictures, but you know, Kev Mack ain't that interesting to the people in positions. I was surrounded by people that read. All my homeboys had a house library, and all of them had a shoebox on the shelf filled with photos. Wow, that's different. That's really different. Now, I would never do an OG Turtle movie because number one, I never met OG Turtle, and uh, and he got a lot of homeboys that still living. So it would be better served by his homeboys that really knew him, that functioned with him, knew his character and his get out. And that wouldn't be me. You can get AI. I'm not messing with AI on that stuff, man. Matter of fact, sure, you got the audacity to tell me about AI and what I could do. When you offered to write the book and I sent you some stuff and man, you just ignored me like you went missing. I don't want to hear that shit. Shit, let me reverse that on you. You can get AI, dictate the terms, and let it do the editing for you when I answer your questions or give you some leads. Now, how about that? Man, there's so many shugs out there, man. But you consistent. You show up all the time. So I'm appreciative of that. Your like, your views, your comments. I'm appreciative of that. But there's so many shugs out there when it comes to writing a book. All y'all tell me you write a book, you write a book, you write a book, you write Cute's book, you write my book. You motherfuckers don't even write one page. So you should know if you feel like you can't write a page, why do you think I could write a whole book? I don't want to do that shit no more. Too many people wrote books off of CareMax research already. That's true. I don't know about too many, but yeah, there are some. And don't forget how many people wrote books because of me, you know. Like I encouraged a lot of people to write books. Jimmy Lavender is writing a series of books. Too Pretty Kenny, Frog was writing a book. Who else? I know I'm missing a couple. But yeah, I've heard some of these other dudes on podcasts talk about writing a book. But you know, they probably really do want to write a book and get their story out there. But I'm going to tell you something. They only trying to keep up with me. They only talking about a book because CareMac put up a book. And then the fact when they really dig in, they're like, oh shit, I don't really have a story. I'm not really versatile like that. They start thinking from a cerebral standpoint, from an academic standpoint, but they know ain't no gang members trying to read that shit in 2025. What Ice Cube say? Who you fooling? Books are that way to establish history and also live it for the generations there. Man, they might stop making books pretty soon. I would love to see a book about Crip and Blood businessmen that turned in $1 million. That would be really good. I've mentioned that to a lot of people over the years, you know, trying to get them leads and a lane for themselves. I'm not doing it because I don't know enough Crips and Bloods with businesses. And I'm not finna research it right now. So, but yeah, I think that would be a good angle for people. I still got an angle that I want to do. I'm not going to mention it. Some people here know already, but I got an angle for a documentary that I would like to do. It would make for a good newspaper article too, but I'm not even going to mention it right now because eventually somebody is going to take that idea and run with it. I was told I was going to get a lot of questions tonight about a new video surfacing about a RICO Act that's not from 60s. But appreciate you guys for not asking me no questions because y'all ask all the time and I ignore it. What's up, Nikki Lee? Nikki Lee in the building. What's up with it? Yeah, there's a lot of angles for a book. People just have to be willing to take the time out and get comfortable. But you know, the most serious thing about writing your own book is this, and a lot of people would tell you, a lot of professional people, successful people would tell you this. You have to have the time. You need to go to a place that's nice and quiet where you could think and you unbothered. And the typical African American in the ghetto is not going to have that a lot of time. He's going to have a lot of distractions. He's going to have to work. He's going to have to watch the kids, the wife or the baby mama wanting to do this and that with the family and all that. Yeah, the RICO's all over. My issue was why did everybody home in on a RICO when it became in our community. Like, it's almost like everybody just wanted to home in on dude in the set. You know, I peep a lot of biases toward our, the set we used to front line for. And they won't talk about the other people's problems. They won't talk about their own homeboys' problems. They won't talk about what going on in their community. First thing they do is link up with another dude that hate the dudes from our community. Like, how backwards is that? But hey, to each his own, man. I just couldn't help but mention that when you said the RICO is all over. But man, I was telling my auntie today, man, because I don't ever really talk to my auntie except for when I go to LA. I'll spend a night with her, and we don't talk. 9 times out of 10, she just give me the house. If she's not already out of town. But I was telling her today, I just thank God. I had to thank God that, man, I'm not the same foolish person I used to be. I'm not that dude out in the streets like we was back in the days, man. You know, so them are things that a lot of us don't have to worry about no more. But some people get caught up in this lifestyle, man, and in the streets, and it's an ongoing cycle. Just like when I was shooting dice, I couldn't stop shooting dice. When I was selling crack, I thought I was going to sell crack forever. But at some point, you just got to say, hey, man. You got to say, man, I had enough. And I've been having financial problems ever since. But hey, that's my choice, to be free. Say, bro, that's not a 60 RICO. Absolutely it's not. But that's what they say, you know what I mean? No reputable dudes from 60s is that RICO that was some personal shit. Absolutely. I'm in full agreement. And I feel the same way about the people making content about it. It's personal. And, but like I said, I say things on my lives that go over people's head. My lives are boring. A lot of people don't watch my lives. But from day one, I said, man, who are them dudes? Them dudes all them people ain't from 60s. And I said it wasn't like no John Gotti RICO. Man, them dudes was out the next day. RICO is disproportionately given to black cliques when it was made for Italian mafia groups that was moving millions across the East Coast and U.S. Well, another thing I said a long time ago that I haven't said recently, but even when you claiming to be an active gang member, right? Many years ago, man, maybe early 90s, maybe late 80s. No, I think it was the early 90s. They started calling gang members terrorists, street gang members terrorists. Now they done laid out the map work, man. Now you talking about you an active gang member, fuck peace, you chip this, you chip that, pull up, getting these tattoos on your face and shit. Now they know who you are. You a terrorist. And what are they doing to terrorists now? Talking about sending them to El Salvador. So if we don't wake up and stop being foolish, man, I'm telling you, they got somewhere for you. They got a plan for your ass. If you don't care about life or where you end up, hey, that's cool. That's your choice. We all have choices. I made a lot of dumb choices in my life. I just don't want to see a lot of people make them same dumb choices. But again, I'm always say this, to each his own. I'm not going to knock you for how you live your life or try to tell you how to live your life, but I'm going to try to give you some opinions and some good information. Rabbit, what up with it? Domestic terrorists. They started extraditing guys from states in the late 80s off that. Remember when they turned Fort Lewis? I don't remember. I was thinking it was the early 90s, but it could have been late 80s when they made us domestic terrorists. But yeah, man, it's time to move on now. Back then, it didn't mean a whole lot. and brothers didn't take it serious. But man, we some 30 years later, 35 years later, some 35 years later, man, y'all better start taking it serious. Shakur, Sag, what's those songs you can't see walk to? I didn't see Sag, but what up, Sag? I got extradited twice from 2 different states on that BS. Mac is telling the truth. Yeah, man. Guantanamo Bay. You know what I liked about that video, though, homeboy Tobias? What I liked about that video is the brother brought my name up, and though I didn't particularly agree with some of the opinions or answers, I thought it was an opportunity for somebody that I'm not in their ear or dealing with on an everyday basis, try to vindicate me from that little video. And the reason why I thought that was somewhat cool, half-ass cool, is because if these dudes can speak on it in the light in which they were both being as honest as possible, then why can't the trolls see that and grasp that themselves and see that they the fools, they the clowns, they the ones with the hatred, not Mac. They the ones got a problem with themselves, looking for somebody to hate. You know what I'm saying? So I actually appreciated that, to be honest with you. It was a long time coming. But I always say, man, dudes don't be having my back, man. And I don't have a lot of people's back, but I try to have people's back. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what that is. For y'all that don't know what we talking about, Eddie Boy has a new channel, and he had a video with him and 600 having a conversation, and my name was brought up in that at the end of that conversation. But yeah, was that post-World War II Germany system for the Nazi war criminals? Trolls are illiterate. I kind of think they are. Well, I wouldn't say illiterate, but they are kind of goofy as hell. They kind of weird as hell. They don't have good comprehension skills. But I more so, I think it's just the hate and larceny in their heart. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But I don't know, man. I kind of chuckled, but was, like baffled being called a yes man. Like, that's so far from the truth. Like, hey, man, like I said, I chuckled, but I wasn't happy, but I chuckled. My last spot in the hood, a black, sexy female came to my door trying to buy trees and pills, was wired and camera up working for the Fed. Some female had got 5 Denver lanes. Her name was T. Man, I feel you on that, man. That's why we got to be clean, man. We too old out here to still be dirty, especially if we ain't done nothing with it. And we got kids, grandkids, wives, baby mamas that we deal with, girlfriends. You definitely want to protect your freedom at all costs, man. I remember I got a homeboy, right? And he's a good homeboy. And a homeboy used to always say, you got to take some chances. You want to get some money? You want to get ahead in life? You got to take some chances. And he would always have me in deep thought, like, damn, what chance should I take? Like, I need to take that big chance, right? Then I'll be like I told him, I said, I don't want to take no chance if it's going to put me in a penitentiary for 18 or 20 years. You know what I mean? So I just went ahead with, I'm not going to take that chance. I had enough chances. Man, we grew up in the era, homie, in the 80s. Well, we robbed, we burglarized, we stole, we sold dope. Man, we had all the opportunity in the world and still fumbled. We fumbled the bag. And I'm not talking about me and a couple of my homies. I'm talking about a lot of brothers in the city of LA, man, or the county of LA during them times, black and brown. Everybody was getting money during that Reagan era, man. The Reagan era, then Bill Clinton. Dudes was getting money, man. Dudes had a lot of materialistic things instead of property. For the people in our generation, bro, we know you're not a yes man. We know your character, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's true to an extent, but not everyone. Risk is the same. Nah, everybody risk ain't the same, but I understand what he meant by take risk. There was a lot of dudes taking risks, but the majority of them dudes got caught up at some point. Either they got caught red-handed, somebody told on them, or they ran into somebody with a wire or a phone tap. So basically what I'm saying is, as we get older, we got to shake that lifestyle. We got to shake that lifestyle if you plan on being free and cherishing your freedom. Y'all had them big satellite TVs out there. Big satellite TV? I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Dudes sell dope just to pay bills nowadays. That was sort of my problem, though. I sold dope to pay bills and gamble. And I look back on it and I'm like, man, that was stupid. But my downfall my real downfall was I thought the money would never go away. I thought that was a lifestyle until I died. And I didn't expect to be 57 and still living. So I wasn't trying to save for the future or thinking about the future. I thought live and enjoy the money, live day to day, especially the way we live, getting shot at all the time and getting arrested all the time and busting on people. You just never know when it was your day. So I would just be like, man, enjoy this money right now. Get out the way for 2 or 3 days and I'll come back. You know what I mean? So yeah. Is some homies been flipping that same 2 zips from 94. That's funny, man. That's funny. That's really funny, man. I had a homeboy, man, that's resting in peace. We all got caught up in the 80s and 90s. Anybody that was somebody on the streets, they got us off the street. Yeah, but we was wild. I mean, you could look at that both ways. They got us off the street. But some of us, we created our own situations, man. We didn't want to go to work every day. We wanted to go get hotels and motels with a woman at night, get up in the morning, go hit a lick, go to a crap gang. Some brothers wanted to drink and get high, go out, have a fight or something. And maybe you rob something that night, maybe not, depending on the circumstances. And that's all we thought about. I mean, that was normal program. As sick as that is, that was the normal program back in the day. And I don't think people of today realize that. Damn, that's strong, bro. Glad you still here, faming up. Hey, kid, who y'all used to visit more? Man, I don't know nothing about that, man. I'm sorry, my brother. I don't know nothing about that, man. No lie, I don't mind the hotel life. I didn't mind it either when I had money. I minded when I was in a hotel without a choice, motel without a choice. Shit. Neighborhood 50s, go Lakers though. Tony Cap, good looking out, man. Yeah, man, it's bad when you go in the county and the sheriff like, damn you. Man, I used to trip all day. They used to clown a lot of people, especially the Mexicans. They be like, you back? Now you went home, shit, showered, and came back? Good looking out, 5-0. Good looking out, man. Kid Mac is a character. I don't know if that's good or bad. Because we did robberies every day in the 80s. The funny thing about robbing every day is this. Like, if you didn't know us, you didn't really know the life that we lived, You would think a brother is lying when he say we did robberies every day. Because the first thing they gonna say is, I thought y'all was selling crack. People don't understand a hustle was a hustle. And that's why I say, man, we did all that. That was just an everyday occurrence, man. We had mamas, we had daddies still living, you know. But and that's why I'm not gonna go off into that. But we did our thing back in the day, man. Couldn't nobody tell us nothing, man. That was just normal, homie. I remember back in the days, if you wasn't in the hood for a few days, if you didn't come to a meeting or a Thunderdome, dudes would question you. Like, where you been? Dudes wasn't even happy if you moved out the hood. They just wanted to make sure you was in the hood every day. If you know, you know. All right, all right, all right. I'm just saying, man, got to be careful with this content, man. You don't want to go answering every question. You know, Jack killed, steal, and rob. Man, that's what I'm saying. It was crazy, man. Them days, you can't even really fathom them days anymore. That's just like a movie now. The West German government was paid good to keep neo-Nazis in line and the red Marxist groups. I'm not surprised. It was brutal. Man, yeah, them days was something else. Sometimes I just sit back and cuz from Compton, you already know, because we holler. Some days I just sit back and be like, damn, I'm really still living. And we got so-called freedom out here, right? Like who phantom that? I mean, shout out to any brothers that was active at some point and really thought they would see 60, thought they would make it to 60 years old, man. We got brothers now that's senior citizens, man. What do you think about X4? I don't know the brother. I don't think anything about him because I don't know him. And I haven't watched content on him. I seen something where they, gave him the thumbs down, but I don't know him. I don't know about him. I don't know. I never thought you would have actual so-called gang members doing police work calling it content. Is crazy. Man, that's the new thing, man. Everything's content now. I'm going to give y'all some content on my Puerto Rico trip. Just jokes, though, man. Just jokes. But I ain't got around to it, man. I'm just out of it right now. To have made it this long and be in one piece after the big 80s deserve a salute no matter the size. Yeah, and I think that's what we all have in common. I think that's why we able to talk to dudes that represent a different color, rag, bandana, flag, whatever you want to call it. He rolled it up, didn't want to go to the dorm with the homies. So here's my thing, man. Hey, man, it's wild, man. The internet got everybody's 411, man. The story on Popsicle. A lot of people like the stories of my father and my family story, but they don't get enough hits for me to keep going down that lane. You heard about the 30s jumper OG Blood? No, I didn't hear about that. What was that about? I ain't seen nothing on that, brother. Kev, I know you remember when they said Black Youth. Wasn't it? I do remember. I do remember. But guess what? It ain't so much the black youth no more. It's the black race. Especially with all this race mix. And I ain't mad at nobody race mix. You know what I'm saying? A lot of interracial couples make some beautiful kids, man. But yeah, the black race should still be in danger. Love that you don't feed into the BS. Shout out KMV SMAC for keeping it educational and history oriented. So that's what I was trying to say. I was trying to say we was really about the history and trying to, educate and keep brothers safe with a positive message. Unfortunately, there's a couple interviews, maybe 2 interviews where we interviewed people and they wanted to talk about recent stuff. They wanted to talk about things in recent time. But I never sat out, and y'all know this, I never sat out to interview anybody active. Anybody that's still orchestrating or participate. That was never the plan. But the pressure from the audience and the pressure from people that want to be interviewed and want to tell their story and y'all want to hear other people's story, unfortunately, led down to a path where now they say content is used against you. But you always have to remember, man, anything recent, statute of limitations is a real thing, man. And so it kills me, these guys that done all this time in prison, went to prison 2, 3 times, and don't realize statute of limitations. I think some dudes get caught up in the hoopla, the reputation, being the bad guy. I don't want to be the bad guy. I never want to be the bad guy. No matter how bad shit was, no matter what I was doing, I don't want to be the bad guy. I was a dude when I'm in court and the district attorney say he's a monster. He's addicted to guns. He's a threat to the community. I'm the guy like, no, I ain't. I ain't all that. I ain't no bad dude. I'm not the dude to saying I'm saying, fuck you to the family of the victim or anything like that. The people you rob, I'm gonna turn around and say, nigga, I'm gonna get your Rolex next time. I didn't want to be that bad guy, man. When you sitting in that seat in front of that judge and that prosecutor get to assassinating your character, that shit is not fun, man. They have you buying into that shit. You really believe you a bad guy. Like you really all of that, man. They don't sit you up there and be like, this man is a buster. This man never committed a crime. This man is a low-level gang member. They don't do that shit. Everybody's a shot caller. Everybody's the man. Everybody's a hitter, a lieutenant, all of that. You feel me? I don't want to be that. Shit, y'all got me twisted. I'm trying to slip out the door. I'm trying to slip through the cracks without telling. I gotta take mine. What you gonna give me? I gotta take mine. What you gonna give me, man? I said that, man. I've been called a monster for no reason. No violent cases that were led to a conviction. You know what I mean? But I was always all that. They never wanted to give me probation. They always say I wasn't suitable for probation. They always called me a flight risk. Motherfucker, I ain't got no family in another country, no friends in another country. Ain't never went no further than Arizona. How am I flight risk? Hey, man, hey, good looking out, Kiba. Twos and fews. Beat a bunch of ones and nuns. Absolutely. Appreciate you for that. But, man, how am I flight risk? Man, I got, when I had that robbery, man, they wouldn't let me out because of probation, ho. Like, how am I flight risk, man? I ain't went nowhere except for Cincinnati, man. Couldn't go back to Cincinnati because my granddaddy wouldn't be there. But after that, that's when I started to travel. After I got out of prison, I'm like, man, I want to see a little more of the country and enjoy life a little more. So that's where I started, going state to state, stuff like that, man. Yeah, they called me a flight risk on me. Yeah, I was in court for a friend, and they made him sound like Big Paul Castellano. I was like, who the hell are you talking about? Man, district attorney in the 80s and 90s was popping bottles and making it rain every weekend after the weekly sentencing. I don't doubt it on me. I don't doubt it. They all one big union. They all kick it. They all play golf together. They went to school together. What do you call that? Law school. They went to law school together. All of that. Did they give that kingpin status? Shaking my head when I heard they use that term like a Spider-Man villain. Oh man, I forgot to put that in my skit. We seen a dude in Puerto Rico, black ass dude, in a Spider-Man outfit, and he almost got smashed by Uber. I'm like, Spider-Man, you ain't supposed to get ran over, homie. Spin your web, nigga. Yeah, that was a trip. That's right, Kev. Expand your horizons. That's probably just the feds, though. Yeah, it's a separate enhancement. Man, they don't play with them enhancements, man. They foul. That's why dudes wasn't doing a lot of time back in the 70s and 80s. They didn't have all that extra charges shit. Mystical, they refer to him as a wild tiger that must be caged. Wow. They come up with some good metaphors, though, don't they? You got to give it to them, man. Whatever they learned in law school, they damn sure know how to paint a bad picture about a person that's going to trial, don't they? Shit, I don't know nobody doing nothing to tell them to slow down, man. I don't know nothing about that stuff, homie. Only person I tell to slow down is my grandson when he running through the house so he don't bump his head. Oh yeah, there was a dude in county. I remember he got sentenced when they had the cocaine base sentencing guideline all out of whack. He was up in the 30 to 40 year bracket. Wow. Remember the days where we didn't even go to the feds? Dudes in LA wasn't going to the feds. You had to have some bird. You had to have some kilos to go to the feds back in the day. When they got to our area, it was double whammy. What was that said? Something, double whammy. Yeah, for real, boy. Man, you getting doubled up and shit. When the three strikes came, you get doubled up for a strike. Like shit, nigga, man, what? I'm like, what happened to niggas getting 2 years and 3 years for a robbery? Now niggas was getting 2 and 3 years for a gun. Niggas are getting 32 months. And I'm like, damn, I used to get probation for a gun, man. What the hell? Like I said, kilos. Dudes that had kilos was going to the pen. You can't tell me you in LA and dudes was going to the feds way back in the day. Who? Unless you was robbing a bank or you had some kilos, man, you wasn't catching no federal case. Now the feds pick up state cases. Feds pick up gun cases. Clinton came in with three strikes, or was it Bush? Clinton may have been president at the time, but it was the California governor, and it was the voters in California that came with the three strikes. Polly Klaas case, I believe, by San Diego is what kicked that off, and it ended up affecting blacks. And it wasn't even a black dude that three strikes came from. Yeah, LAPD. Yeah, I got somebody. Somebody got 2 years on a burglary plus 15 and a half. I mean, shit. Look who you talking to. My brother had a simple burglary, and he did what 28 years. Shit. 2 years with 15-year enhancements ain't but 17 years, and he ain't gonna do the whole 17. Bro got a life sentence. He would have wished he only had 15 years of enhancements. Garcetti was doing us bad. Garcetti, but it was Pete Wilson. It was Pete Wilson, man, in California at the time. The first three strikes was Washington in 93. California followed in 94. Clinton came with his crime bill the same year with his shriveled up ass. Yeah, they always talk about Clinton and his crime bill, but for real, the crime bill already was a thing, though. A career criminal, and that's federal. That ain't state. A lot of times you guys talk about different states. different countries, how things operate. I'm an LA dude through and through, so I be talking about LA, man. I don't really know what be going on countrywide, federally, stuff like that. But yeah, Clinton, what Clinton had going on didn't have nothing to do with California. Oh, it absolutely was Pete Wilson and the voters. We can't leave the voters out, man. The voters, some claim they didn't know how to vote, which way to vote. They was confused. Other people didn't vote. The voters voted that in, man. Today you can go to Feds for a quarter piece or 9 millimeter. You see what I'm saying? These young dudes and these dudes in other states be trying to tell us what was going on back in the day. No. Sometimes you gotta listen. Now if you catch me making a mistake or telling a lie, call me out on it. But when I'm trying to educate you, pay attention. Just listen. I be trying to really let y'all know how it was in LA back in the day. I must be running people off. I mean, I'm running people off. I don't know why, but 30 people decide to get the hell up out of here. I must be putting y'all to sleep. Or maybe I came on too late tonight. Was it Bush Sr. that came up with the gang enhancement or gun enhancement? I don't know because it's California. California and federal charges are different. Get caught with a switch, 10 years feds for a show. Should be a lot of people in the feds then. Because all you hear about is switch, switch, switch. Back in my day, a switch was when you got your ass whooped. You go outside and you pick a branch, and that was your switch. But now, shit, niggas ain't playing with the switches. Career criminal? Exactly, Bobby. See what I'm saying, Bobby? Bobby knows what I'm talking about. Career criminal and habitual offender predates the 3 strikes. See what I'm saying? That's a fact right there. That's the truth. Just a lot of people are not aware of that. So they think, oh shit, Clinton this, Clinton that, Biden this, Biden that. Yeah, they had their ways. But them was already lost though. 3 strikes in California though wasn't no joke. Man. Western Ave, what's up? What's up, Western Ave? Now there was a dude in Chicago that had a switch. Shot up twice in a drive-by in a stolen car. Glock was stolen too. Dude got like 36 months. I'm like, what the? Well, I mean, normally you can tell. Normally you can tell something is wrong. You may not be able to put your finger on it, but you can pretty much speculate when dudes don't get a lot of time for something that's supposed to be a mandatory or most people getting double digits. You can pretty much tell. You know what I mean? Like I knew a couple of guys that got 15 years, and one dude only had 10 years. I mean, it ain't no big old difference, but that is a third of his time off. I'm gonna stop right there, man. I hate when I go in that mode, man. But yeah, you see what I'm saying, TB? That's why I just said we can speculate though. We may not be able to put our finger on it, but we can speculate because that's usually what it means. Man, Hakeem, what's up with you, Hakeem? His name is Willie Glenn. There's articles about it. What the articles say? The articles tell you why he didn't get that much time. That's right, man. Lakers take a little stress off of the fans, man. Go Lakers. Lakers in 5. Everybody keeps saying Lakers in 5. If you notice, I don't want to talk about sports, but game 1, I didn't see the first half. I only saw the second half. Minnesota had all the energy. Game 2, Lakers came out with all the energy. That whole first quarter, nothing but energy. Second quarter, they had energy. It kind of sort of lost a little bit of that as the game went on, but it's that energy, man. You got to get pumped up for the game and know you're trying to win. You got to know what's on the line. Anthony Edwards usually gets tired this time of year. He usually fades away. And as well as Golden State is playing, many veterans as they got, I think Golden State wasted a lot of energy game 1. So I expect them to kind of fall off before the finals get here. I remember the year the Lakers swept the Supersonics. Today was a good day. They showed up with brooms, kid. Motherfucking brooms. That's funny, man. See, we got some of our viewers back. That's what's up, man. I was going to tap out. Hey, some of y'all 30 people that just came up in here, say hi. Let us know who you are. Ask a question or tell us what city and state you're from. You know, keep it interesting. There, look, 5 of them checked out real quick. I know I'm just here to steal content. I'm just here to see what you say about this, that, and the other. And you're not talking about it. I'm gone. But yeah, man. What up, Cutes? What's Cutes at? Cutes ain't up in here. What Cutes at? Mystical stab artist. Brooms, brooms, brooms. Yeah, man. What with? You mean what up with it? Slow down when you type on me. Slow down. You got to do a top 5 trolls list. All right, so I'm not going to do it, but what top 5 trolls that come on my channel or that go channel to channel or dudes that troll on the net like Charleston White? Like, got to be more specific. Yeah, that was crazy. I don't know who the top 5 trolls over here. Michelle blocks them, so I don't know. Buck would be one of them, though. What it do, KFE? It's principalities. What up with it? Man. No trolling, homie, here. Damn, I remember Buck. Buck didn't have a K after his C, man. I had a few people tell me he led over in the Swans, but he didn't have no K behind the C, Derek. I just see Tipsy Hustle. You just see Tipsy Hustle. What? Just once. I like to see Kev do some trolling just on these hater channels for the sport of it. Man, I get so much hate if I did that. What up, Goob? Goob. Hey, man, y'all ain't checked out Goob's channel, his audit channel. Go check it out, man. It definitely makes me laugh. This is how I always start off. I start off like, man, what is Goob doing, man? Why is he doing this shit? But then once it get going, I'll be laughing and giggling. Goob is low-key funny, man. He's a different type of comedian. Like, he's kind of, in a sense, he's like me with the dry jokes, the sarcasm, dry sarcasm. But I ain't gonna lie, that shit keep me interested, man. I be tripping off Goob, man. Hey, I like them other channels though. As long as you ain't like over the top, disrespectful to somebody for no reason. You know what I mean? But Goob got a video that had over 2,000 hits. I said, oh shit. This cracking more than the moon, more than the stars and the sun and Pluto and Saturn and all that. The aliens, the spaceships. I said, Magoo got a little something going right here, but you got to keep going to it really start to catch fire. But one day, Kev would tell his abduction and clone story. Man, I love Kev Mac videos. Good looking out, brother. Appreciate it. Groove, your nemesis said, "What up, fool?" Man, we couldn't stand you, Western Ave. We couldn't stand your ass. You was Uncle Buck before Uncle Buck. Go Young DJ in the building. What up, homeboy? Man, I done stuck it out with a lot of y'all. So when y'all say, Kid Mac, if you ever get rich, don't forget us. Look, homie, I used to stick around and let the trolls stick around, man, or the ones that used to get on my nerves. So you know I wouldn't do y'all like that, but come on, man. I don't expect to get rich anytime soon. Rest in peace. Jap 3, Fly Like a Dove, 100. You still need to get with 50 Cent to make a movie. I ain't got no problem with that, man. Am I still dark, you guys? I'm light up here, right? Look at this. Nigga, 2 colors. That's why y'all can't tell what I am. I'm two-tone. That's gonna be my new name. Two-tone Mac. Nigga, two-tone and shit. You're a boss and play yourself down. Hey, it's all good, man. I got 2 colors though. I'm two-tone. Oh man, what it do, brother? Von Loke. Kelmax got his summer tan today. DJ, you hitting in the playoffs? You're OG two-tone. For real, man. You could take the OG off. From Compton, 153rd and Central. That's what's up. That's what's up, Jefferson. Kelmac was already rich, though. When? Just not from the mafia. Ron Moses, what up with you? You're late, homie. You're late. Your girl Nikki Lee over here thinking about you. Almost time for the meet and greet, homies. Russian President Putin has offered to end the war in Ukraine. Yeah, I just got in from doing trivia with my nerd crew. Wow. Trivia. What's good with your Mac? Two-tone from funniest comment of the night right there. He was killing Vegas. Derek Lewis, haven't been betting much, just a couple live plays, haven't been locked in as much because I've been. This is the only nigga I know been moving for a month. Man, it don't take me no month. It take me a day, a whole day, whole night. And then I'd be like, man, I'm leaving the rest of that shit, man. Throw that shit away. Throw all that shit away. That's why I don't have some of the things I used to hold on to. Shotty Mag, what up, homeboy? What it do, man? What it do? The hotels with pools and jacuzzi in the room, man. Yeah, but I ain't going to hotels and jacuzzis and all that shit, man. I did that when I was younger, man. I don't do that shit no more. I do want to go have a drink and sit in a jacuzzi one day, though. Man, see, what y'all know about the, not the Snooty Fox, but across the street from the Snooty Fox, man. They had them jacuzzis in the middle of the room, boy. Ooh, man, them damn things was fly, man. Across the street from the Snooty. Not the Comfort Inn. What was the other one? I don't even know if it's still there. It probably is though. You don't clean up the apartment when you move out. I feel you. I feel you. Well, you try to get your deposit back, man. I ain't never lived in an apartment though. That's the first apartment I ever lived in. Besides, when I was staying with old girl, the Mustang. Man, the Mustang had them jacuzzis down there on the middle of the floor, homie. Man. And Vegas used to give me some cool rooms with jacuzzis too. DJ say he trying to get his 3,000 back. Damn. A deposit like that, I'll be trying to clean up too. I think my deposit ain't but like I think my deposit was like 600 or 900, something like that. It wasn't no 3,000. And my deposit wasn't even really for the carpet and walls. My deposit because I had bad ass credit. My credit was terrible. But I clean up for 3,000. Shit, even if you get 1,000 back, that's cool. 1,200 back. Shit, I might even clean the carpet and have some Mexicans paint the walls for $3,000 deposit back. That doc said you had a residency in the Cali Faces. Oh yeah. How would you describe Key Rock's Cripper? Very rolling 60ish. You know, shit. If you know the 60s character, you know he is. If you know his character, you know the 60s character. I'm talking about of the old days. You know, he was the epitome of rolling 60s. You feel me? He all the things we was accused of back in the days, he would be part of that. Yeah, and it came with a bottle of champagne, mirrors on the ceiling. I don't remember getting no champagne on me. But yeah, they had mirrors on the ceiling. What you know about that, Shotty, man? If you was winning big in Vegas, they'll hook you up until you lose. Absolutely. Ain't no doubt about it. You missed the 80s or the 90s. I miss them both, but I always say the 80s because I really didn't have no responsibilities in the 80s. Everything was free, basically. You know what I mean? You even when you sell your rocks, your sack, you know what I'm saying? It was all good to go. I thought Kel was going to help me move. I would have been done. I was. You said you was going to hit me up. You told me rest up. You're going to hit me up for the move. And I was sitting there saying, man, I hope this nigga don't call. I wasn't gonna volunteer and say, "Hey, I thought you wanted me to help you move, man." My back, homie, for real, my back be so bad. I can't do a whole lot. Your little daughter can do more than I can. I would just be like a helper. I'd be like, DJ, the cardboard boxes are right there. I'd be sitting down the whole time, like, nigga, I'm tired. He'd be like, you ain't do nothing. It's hot. Nah, I for real though, my back and knees, man, I couldn't really help, to be honest with you, even if you paid me. Because I thought about it, I said, what if that nigga say I got 200 for you? I was going, I can't even get that 200. My back, I'm not going to be able to help you. If it wasn't for bad credit, I wouldn't have no credit, right? If it was. Niggas would help me move a dead body before they, for real, help you roll it up and everything. Pull the carpet up. Man. You be watching the murder mysteries, they be pouring bleach on the carpet and pulling carpet up, putting new carpet, and the DNA be up under the carpet. Like, you stand for. Tell Kev you got the C4 energy drink for him. That ain't gonna help my back though. You know of any fat females who was heavy handed with a cold squabble? Uh, yeah, absolutely I do. I miss those 2000 less cameras could do more things. 2000s less cameras could do more things. Worst job in the world. I lie and say I got a wedding rehearsal. Man, I wouldn't even tell that lie. It might come true. I'm rehearsing for your wedding. Man, if you don't knock it off, one eyelash hair. I had a close homie, right? To rest in peace now. He set up a nice dinner and invited all his close friends and proposed to his girl. I always wondered why he didn't invite me. Did he think I was gonna steal her or something? Like, nigga didn't invite me, but he invited everybody else. Everybody sending me pictures of him on his knee proposing, videos. Pretty interesting. Nigga didn't invite me, but it's all good. Man, one eyelash hair. That's crazy. What was the biggest difference between a shermhead and a crackhead? Crackheads always came back, and a crackhead do anything for some crack. Shermhead be high all day, and they like to get naked, and they get the super strength. It's like crack broke a lot of people down. Not everybody, but it broke a lot of people down. Sherm, like it enhanced your cripping or it enhanced your craziness. Not my wedding. I'm in a wedding. I know. Wedding rehearsal. I know. I'm saying I wasn't in my good buddy's wedding because he didn't invite me. He didn't invite me to the damn um the little shenanigans he put on. Sherm is get naked. Yeah. That good charm get you naked. Climb a telephone pole, fight the police, break out of handcuffs, jump the windows. Craighead wasn't doing all that shit. Man, no, I wouldn't even try. Sure. Sherman has moved like Steve Austin and talk slower than a bastard. Shit, we done already been out the way. In the O's, we ain't have cameras. In the 80s, no cell phone, none of that. Better speak for yourself. Who didn't have no cell phone in the 80s? And you older than me. Shit. I had cell phones in the 80s. You tripping. Nigga, I had them brick phones, nigga. I had the Radio Shack brick phone, the Motorola brick phones, nigga. What are you talking about? Was hearing big in LA in the 60s or 70s. Oh, camera phone. Oh, yeah, hell no. Nah. We didn't have no cameras back then. Hell no, nah. We didn't have no cameras on the phone. They didn't even have cameras when we had the chirps, the Nextels. Nah, wasn't no cameras there. Chirp, chirp. What's up, cuz? Chirp, chirp. Nothing much, cuz. Chirp, chirp. Fans listening. Chirp, chirp. They right here on the corner. Chirp, chirp. You sent them. Chirp, chirp. No, they caught the signal. That's the best description. Sure. It was only like five though. That big car. Yeah, they had car phones for sure. I remember those Motor Rotor Star Tracks and Student Strength. FBI walkie talkies, man. Everybody had a Nextel was going to jail. Oh man. Man. Chirp chirp. Fans listening. Kevin, how'd you like Tennessee? I actually love Tennessee, man. I loved it because it was different. Like you don't see that many black people in California or Nevada. Memphis was chocolate city. You go to county jail, the damn all the deputies are black. Police pull you over, both police black. You go to a restaurant, you got blacks cooking the food, blacks at the register. I love that shit. You go to the strip club, nothing but blacks. That was bomb. I like that shit. You feel me? That's when Boost Mobile popped out. When was last time you was in H-Town? Every year, man, every summer. Do you think hustlers are born or created? created. The butt naked. You love Atlanta. I've been to Atlanta. I mean, Atlanta's cool. I like the weather. A lot of the sisters out there, the young sisters, seem like a lot of college students in Atlanta. But maybe that's just the part of Atlanta I was in. I don't know. But no, I would never love Atlanta based on every woman I meet out there talk about how the dudes is down lows and how how they can't get a boyfriend because the dudes is gay. And no, I wouldn't love Atlanta, but I like the weather and the atmosphere though. Big Southern booty, big Southern booty, big Southern booty. And we couldn't even reach 100 tonight, y'all. Shit is whack. I may be moving to Tennessee soon from Cali. That's what's up. Somebody said something. Oh, I had the box phone with the handle in the A. I remember that box phone. I never owned one of those, but I remember those. Pops used to have phones in his car, man. He used to have them car phones in the floor and shit. Have there been any Crips back in the day who got exposed for doing gay activities? Yeah, quite a few. Wasn't none of my friends though. Well, you know, uh, when left the land, I had choice: Atlanta or H Town. I chose the H. That's what's up. Out of Houston and A Town, I guess. I like H Town because my sister, my nephews are out there, man. It's some cool people in H Town too, man. Matter of fact, it's a lot of cool people in H Town. I just always trip. I tell this story all the time, right? They probably hate me in Houston right about now, but I just couldn't understand when I was complimenting dudes in Houston, gang members in Houston, Hiram Clark area, that they nice and they well mannered. And they was talking about sending me home stinking and being in a body bag. And well, you never go home alive. Like, damn, man. Like, that's a compliment. In LA, niggas wake up mad. In LA, a nigga get out the bed and already act like somebody stepped on his foot or somebody stole his car. Nigga come outside the house mad, one in the chamber. Feel me? You ain't never had no punk homies. I don't know, man. I don't know. All for the dough. Don't do it. Memphis, 20 years behind time. I lived there for 4 years and cool. Wait to get. They was behind, but Michelle, how many places you been to in the South? Because for real, all bullshit aside, and they always get mad. But for real, they all be behind, Michelle. Vegas is behind too, but it's not as bad though. What I like about what I like about leaving California, like look, I could just wear an old wrinkled up sports book shirt with an old dirty Dodger hat. And ain't nobody gonna say nothing. In LA, if you smoking crack, nigga, he's a bum. You know what I'm saying? Like they not as materialistic as California and New York, right? They might want some of them swangers or something like that. They might want a Cadillac or something like that. But LA, man, you gotta be top notch in everything. Then up north, they old school up north, but they should be top notch too. Man, we grabbed a pistol before a toothbrush. Ain't that a trip? Man, they gonna say you smoked out. Man, I ain't lying, man. Y'all know I don't be lying and shit. Yeah, that's crazy. No, I mean I do be lying. Kept Mac lying ass video. I lie. I lie a lot too. Well, y'all, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Hey, good looking out, Kiba. Appreciate you. You ever visited Graceland? Yeah, I went to Graceland, man. Absolutely went to Graceland. I didn't go off inside, but yeah, we went to Graceland. Cali too judgmental. For real, for real. That's real. Real talk. That's the truth. I mean, you come to Vegas, homie. You could ride a regular glass house, nigga. You can still have, nigga. You can still wear your khakis, man, with with a hairnet, nigga, with brownies in your back pocket. Nigga, ain't nobody gonna say nothing to you. I'm out, y'all later.